With that, let's get first started with the first one, which is Digital Performance Engine. Before we actually get into the demo, just a quick intro on that. This is one of the most basic, simple on one hand, to the most impactful use cases on the other hand, and even more so in the context of COVID-19. So traditionally, if you imagine performance management on the shop floor happens through manually collected data on productivity performance, whether it is OEE, OPE, some of these KPIs that you might be familiar with, putting them on sort of charts which are made through either Excel or manually, and then having a conversation about it either at the end of the day, end of the shift, or end of the week. I think while that is sort of a way which is still effective, but it takes a lot of manual work, it takes time, and it is not real time. And it lends itself to be very challenging, especially in a case like COVID, where you don't necessarily have the type of manpower required on the shop floor to do all of these activities. In that context, if we have basic IoT type of technology that connect to PLCs or that add sensors onto existing machines, collect the data, and contextualize it in the right format, right analysis at the right time in real time, can be super powerful. So let's quickly shift to the demo for DPE. With that, Vicky, can I ask you to
Welcome to Gearbox Core Assembly Line Stations 2. As mentioned, what we are doing at Station 2 is to assemble the final gearbox. The gear and bearings that are prepared at the Station 1 will be passed to the Station 2 together with the casing to assemble the final gearbox. So traditionally before the DPE solution in place, the shop floor supervisors do not have the visibilities of what is the operation status of these stations. For example, they don't know how long it takes for each operator to finish each task, aka cycle times. Also, because this station is used by different operators, we do not have the visibility like each operator, what is their variation in terms of finish the same task. And because we also assemble different kind of gearbox in these stations, we also do not have the visibilities of how long it takes to finish different kind of gearbox. So by simply implement an IoT solutions, you can have all this information it captures. Here, I want to introduce one of the solutions that we implement in this station. Is called the OG IoT solutions. So OG IoT solutions consists of 4 main components. First, we have the light sensors that install to track whether the gearbox casing is on top of the dolly or not. Then the data will be transmitted to the edge node. So the edge node can connect up to 6 different channels. Same understanding can connect up to 6 different kind of sensor also. And notice that the edge node have the antenna. So what it's doing is to transmit all the information to the gateways. So the gateway is like a middleman of the whole systems. It transmits all the data and push it to the cloud to be stored at the cloud. So what we are seeing here is the dashboard of the OG solutions. It have all the information captured to show that whether the station is running or not. Currently, because the station is running, so you can see it's in red colors. At the right hand side, we can see it captures the OE information of these stations. OE calculations taking in 3 parameters into calculations: the availability of these stations, the performance of this station, and also the quality of the products produced by these stations. So when the operators come in and start using the stations by taking out the gearbox casings, all this information will be captured by the laser sensor. The laser sensor will detect currently the gearbox is not on the dollies. Then it will pass the information to the cloud in real time, and the shop floor supervisor will also have this information, have this visibility in real time. Yeah, you can see now it indicates that currently the station is running. So what is the benefit when you have this system in place? First, you have real-time information of your shop floors. Imagine now you are able to know currently in current situations whether this station is running or not, and how fast the operator is finished each of the gearbox. And And another one is very important during current COVID situation is because this is a cloud instance, the supervisors or managers are able to access the dashboard anytime, anywhere. Be able to access this in the home or in the office, and no need to be physically present to monitor the operator to make sure they are working. And lastly is because now we have captured all the data, and all this data are stored in the cloud storage. You're able to use this data for further analysis in the futures. For examples, if you have data scientists, we are able to pass this information to the data scientists to build a predictive models on some of the tools that we are using in this station.